Howdy, it's Rodfather. It's late night here in Sacramento, and I was driven home by my Uber driver who inspired me and suggested I make a video. I find it interesting. I don't know if it's the gray hair or the age or something, but people assume that older people have wisdom. I think older people have lived a while, and through trial and error we have wisdom, but I'm not sure we are wise just because we're older. There's a term, old fool, that applies to certain people of a certain age. These are people who, through all the trials and errors in their life, still don't get it. They still don't get it. So this Uber driver is 21 years old. He just bought a new car, and he has a 5-month-old son. And somehow we were talking about Social Security and 401ks and finances, and he's secretly worried that did he make the right decisions. His girlfriend didn't want him to buy a new car because they had a child coming, but he's always wanted a new car, and a new car they have. So he's driving the Uber to help offset the family's finances. I was 22 at one point. At 22 is part of the time, at least for me, was part of the time that of independence and nobody telling what to do. Because when you're in 20s, you're like, listen, I'm grown. Nobody can tell me what to do. I don't care how old they are. They're going to respect the whole 9 yards. You know anybody like that? Yeah, he ain't going to tell me what to do. I know it my money. So at 22, I knew everything. Didn't need no adult to tell me, and I wasn't going to take any advice. And that was part of my downfall. Now I realize that now, but at 22 you couldn't get my attention. But you learn a lot of things. So for most of my life, I was on financial edge. I had nice clothes. I had the best electronics. My friends will remember that we had surround sound before anybody else had surround sound. I had the biggest TV, a Zenith 27-inch. That was huge back in the day. Shut up. That was huge. And spending $1,000 for a Beta Hi, shut up, a Beta Hi-Fi surround, a Sanyo, and then I had to get a VHS surround, and my friends thought I was a bomb, and I had a laser disc, thousands of dollars of impressive electronics, and not a penny in the bank, living at the end of my fingernails, and I did that. I think his name is Igbar. I'm probably destroying his name, but I did that for more than 25 years. I wrote bad checks. I wasn't a bad person. I covered them the next paycheck, but I wrote bad checks to pay bills. I didn't go out and buy clothes or anything, but I was running short because we had pizza, we went to the movies. I know I'm gonna get a paycheck next week, so I'm gonna write you this check. Oh, NSF, non-sufficient funds. How did that happen? And I looked today, and what I paid in fees, because mind you, it wasn't a big thing. I get paid next week. I'll cover everything. But what I did in return check fees, I probably could have bought 2 brand new cars. I didn't get it. A lot of black people, a lot of Mexicans, a lot of people immigrants or poor people, may not have had the best example in terms of people investing money, because most people of color were living at the ends of their fingernails, just enough to buy that house and make the mortgage the whole 9 yards. The difference between my parents and, say, the grandparents who not only had to save and pay more for property because of their color, had a savings, I think, I said the wrong way, but savings and owning property was important to them. Two generations beyond me, it's about status. I know young people spending $100 for a Gucci t-shirt, or having to have Louis Vuitton bags, and they put that as a priority. Things. And I'm gonna tell you, Ekbar, okay, I'm really probably messing up your name. That stuff. In closets behind me, I have more shirts than I can count. I just ordered some shirts from JCPenney's on sale. Yes, JCPenney's. Because I went through that time of having to have names and spending a lot of money, $100 and $200 for a shirt with somebody's name on it. Boy, the joke was on me, wasn't it? And I was cool until everybody seen it. But I know people would sell they want to be like the Housewives or somebody on Love and Hip Hop or someone else. And for that moment, you get a little bit of gratification, but it's temporary until everybody's seen it or you're born with, and then you buy something else. So I challenge you, young man, that you and your wife open up the closets, look at the shoes you have, all the things you bought that you just had to have, and tell me if they've made you happy. Are you completely satisfied with the purchase you've made? And do you need more? What I have learned as I've gotten older, and I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. That's why I said, I question the wisdom. But I'm going to do the best I can for people watching this video, is as I am older, 66 years young, there is no feeling like financial independence, security. I worked with the public. I was in car rental and I was in hospitality, soon to be out of hospitality. And people come in with their credit card and with just enough to get the rental. At least they found. They're there nervous with the credit card. I really want this rent a car for this weekend. I got a special weekend, and they give us a credit card, and the credit cards decline because they underestimated what they needed. And then some will take it far enough to make a scene. It's a conspiracy. Y'all won't rent me a car. Y'all doing this because y'all fill in the blank. You fill in the blank. Same thing with the hotel. Yeah. Well, how much hold you putting on the credit card anyway? There is nothing like saying here, knowing the money's on there. There is nothing like financial independence, financial security. Having money in the bank to cover an emergency. Not having to call Aunt Reen, Aunt Ray, and Bobby and everybody else because your tire's flat and it needs a replacement and you don't have the money. It's a hard way to live. And this wise guy that you think I'm this wise guy, but stressed beyond repair. You know what I'm talking about. Some of you know what I'm talking about. So instead of putting some money away in savings, we got that nice Gucci shirt. You like my expensive jewelry? Well, this is not expensive jewelry. But you like my expensive jewelry? Yes. It's Prada. It's Gucci. It's Donna Reed. But to take that credit card or to have the money to make the repairs. There's nothing like it. Took me a long time to figure that out. Making investments for your future. Not having to beg people. God forbid I went to the check cashing places and paid an exorbitant amount. Crazy. And you know, they prey on the poor with high interest rates. Now I get credit cards with low interest rates. Oh, the high interest rate people chase me down, but I don't have to do that. I pay my bills on time. I pay them ahead of time. But it took me a long time to get there. So Akbar, I'm sorry. Don't wait as long as I did. Invest now. Get your credit cards. Start reading. Because you know what? You got a 5-month-old baby. And that child will learn how to handle the money based on you and its mother. So you want to start it off right. You don't want to have to get on a bus or take Uber home because your credit card declined. You don't want to be humiliated because you're on a plane and you can't buy anything because you only have $4 in your account. This is sexy. Sexier than any Louis Vuitton. Yeah, I want that today. Here, take my card. Damn, my tire blew out. Take my card. I have money in savings. Those of you who know what I'm talking about, check cashing places, loans, calling kin folks and stuff, isn't a horrible thing? Certain people borrow so much money that when the phone when they go, not do, no. I don't know what you want. You're on my payroll. Every 2 weeks you borrow money. I should be taking out FICA and stuff on your ass. So, that's my wisdom. Invest in things that pay you back. A new car doesn't pay you back. Once everybody's seen your brand new Mercedes or brand new whatever you're driving, it's old. If nothing wrong with your car, keep it running. Let the wheels fall off. It doesn't increase. You know what increased in value? Real estate. Well, we don't go through a recession. Some real estate value is going down, but one thing that's been constant, and your great-great-grandmothers knew this. To be a part of American dreams is owning a piece of something. The sad thing is that there are generations who are much younger, they're my kids' age and younger, are so caught up in Gucci and Louis Vuitton and look what I'm carrying right here. They can never own that. They can never own the security because that house over time, if there's a catastrophic failure, you can borrow money from that house. Can you do that on your BMW? There are celebrities that you've heard of, gone through all their money, they look good, spreading their money all the way around. 5 years later, they're working at Family Dollar. No shade to Family Dollars. We all got to do what we got to do. I've been there. Trust and believe. I've been there. This is Rod Father. Thank you, Akbar. I'm sorry I messed up your name. Dedicated to you. I hope you have a successful life. And for those people watching this video, I want you to be successful. I want you to exceed me and everyone else and have the financial independence to live a life that you want to do. Watch. Hit that thumbs up if you like what I had to say. Subscribe. This is Rod Father wishing you love, joy, and happiness. Big guys out. Bye.